Dean Kim is with us, Head of Global Research Product at William O'Neill & Company. Dean, good to have you with us here. Good morning. Thanks very much for your time. Just a quick word, Dean, on how sort of indices are looking on technicals, price action. The Nifty, of course, dithering. We are pretty much at all-time highs. Nifty Bank is close at about 50,000. How are you looking at, the near term for Indian indices?
Yeah, India indices are approaching all-time high. I think the action has been fairly constructive. I look at volumes a lot, and the volume has been sort of muted or below average. But I think you're going to get a signal one way or the other when you see a day with high volume. So I think if you get a high volume on an up day, that's a clear sign that the market wants to have a sustained uptrend. On the other hand, if you see a higher volume and a down day, we would, keep an eye on the market and basically become slightly more cautious. But so far, I think India as well as other emerging markets, they're doing quite well these days.
Okay, they're doing quite well. Dean, hi, good morning. So just wanted to focus a little more on the Bank Nifty because we're almost at the 50,000 milestone. Do you think it's an uninterrupted uptrend from here on the charts? And if yes, which are the banks that could support the market in the next leg of this rally?
Yeah, from technical perspective, certainly the state-owned banks, they look fairly good. I think Federal Bank, State Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, basically, they're actionable now. We're keeping an eye on the private banks. ICICI is the best one amongst the group. HDFC, just retook the 200-day moving average, so that is setting up. We just, need some volume to come in. It's on the right side of the base. And so, as you see emerging markets doing better, I think globally, I'm noticing that banks are doing quite well. Even in Europe, we're noticing, banks are certainly accelerating there, and pockets of emerging markets. So I would stay patient with private sector banks for now. Let's see what happens after the election, because the yield curve continues to be flat. And I think that's what foreign investors, they kind of key off on the yield curve. But hopefully that will change to become steeper post-elections.
Hi, Dean. Good morning and good to see you. Well, you also track the broader market share in India, apart from these large cap names. I recall you talking about Thermax, Finolex Industries. Both of them did very, very well in the last 60 days or so. What's new on your list from the mid-cap space?
Yeah, I mean, looking at, cap equipment continues to do well, like KSB, LTD, cementation, Wellspun is another one. I think they're setting up early stage bases. On the consumer side, you have Indian Railway Catering, also Bosch, UNO Minda. Godfrey, popped up in my screen as a stock that looks attractive. Then you have the smaller financial names like Muhut Finance, Central Depository of India, and then pockets of healthcare like Aurobindo Pharma. I think that's setting up on an early stage base. So still a lot of good names. Certainly the small caps, they've been doing very well, but we tend to focus more on the mid cap and large cap.
What is the downside for this market now? We have a big event upon us. If that event does not go in favor of the markets, then where do you see the floor of this market in the near term?
Yeah, we're looking at the rising 10-day moving average as the next level of support, followed by the 21-day moving average. And like I said, I think we should pay attention to the volume, because if we get volume one way or the other, that would be a telling sign where the market wants to go. So I would watch those levels. I think 21-day should provide strong support. But if we were to break that, then obviously the next level of support would be 50-day moving average.
Okay, so 21-day and then 50-day moving average. Got it. Dean, thanks a lot for joining and appreciate your time here on CNBC TV18. So that's the word coming in on the technicals of the market and how you should approach it. They still prefer banks. Within that, the PSU banks are their preferred lot, and then private sector